What's going on? Financially free affiliate marketing. Great to be here. Welcome to today's live training. As I said, I want to make these a little bit more regular, and that's what I'm trying my best to do. So, guys, I hope you've been getting a ton of value out of the live training so far. If you're checking this out live, drop me a hashtag live. If you're on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay. Happy Friday night or Friday afternoon, evening, nighttime for most of you guys in the US, or Saturday for those in Australia, and for those in Asia. You're probably all asleep still. It'd be very early, but yeah, welcome guys. Really good to have you guys all here. As the title suggests, today I want to talk about the most important thing you need to know to close a sale. This sounds like a hypey headline, but it is incredibly important. It's been the difference between me not closing and closing sales. This small realization has helped lead to me hitting six figures in my first year online and in the past 6 months alone, and it's totally blown up my business. It's set it on fire. So I don't want you guys to underestimate this or overlook it because of the hypiness of the headline. It's incredibly important, guys. We'll give it a few seconds. We'll see who's around. If you guys do jump on live and you haven't already, drop me hashtag live. Let me know where you're checking in from. And if you're on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay, and do the same thing. Let me know where in the world you guys are checking in from. Good to see everybody again. How's everybody's week been? We're closing towards the end of the month, so I hope everybody's on track to hit their goals. If you're not, that's okay. It's time to take a step back, reassess, figure out what went wrong, why we didn't get close to hitting the goals, and make a plan to get there next month. Right? Awesome, guys. Let me know in the chat if you are checking this out, whether you're on live or replay. Let me know. Are you on track to hit your goals this month? If not, if you want to open up a little bit more, I'd love to hear a bit more about it. As I said, I'm going to come back through and reply to all these comments. Probably a little bit later my time, depending on my schedule. But I wanted to jump in and quickly do this. So awesome, guys. So hashtag live if you're live, hashtag replay if you're on replay, and let's jump into it. The most important thing you need to know to close a sale, particularly a high ticket sale. I should have had that in little brackets. Now, here's what most people do. Here is the strategy. They add somebody. Pretty straightforward. That's where it starts. Without much thought most of the time. They'll be in zombie or autopilot mode. They'll just add somebody random from a group. They'll straight away ask them, what do you do online? Jump straight into the conversation. Hey, it's good to connect. What do you do online? Jump straight into a series of qualifying questions. Oh, that's really cool. How long have you been doing it? Oh, are you on track to hit your income goals? What are your income goals? A bunch of these qualifying questions. We've all had these conversations. Someone hits you up in your inbox. They're like, hey, how's it going? What do you do online? How's that going for you? Is that where you want to be? Where do you want to be? Tell me more about that. What does that look like? And you kind of like, whoa, like back up a little bit. You're asking me about my deepest goals and desires in life. You haven't even bought me a drink. Like, we don't even know each other. Like, I hope you guys understand where I'm getting at here, is that like, we've all had these conversations. Likely we've been the ones, like initiating these conversations. I've done this a bunch of times. I've done this so many times, especially when I was starting out, and I scared off a whole bunch of leads. But what happens next, unfortunately, is most people will ignore 90% of what they've just said. They don't read into anything. They don't really look at it. They're just like, oh, cool. And ask another question and then pitch them on their product. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Let me know down below. Have you been on the giving end of this? Have you initiated a conversation like this before in the past, or have you been on the receiving end? Has somebody jumped in your inbox and done this? There's no shame here. I'm not trying to call anyone out or anything like that. As I said, openly, I've done this countless times. I couldn't even tell you, like probably hundreds of times I've done this exact process where we add somebody totally random without any thought to who they really are. We jump in their inbox and we ask them exactly what they do online. We ask them a series of qualifying questions. We ignore 90% of what they said, barely acknowledge it. We're like, that's cool, so tell me more about this. That's cool, so tell me more about this. And then we pitch them on our product and we get ghosted 90% of the time, right? So whether you've been the one initiating this conversation or whether you've been on the receiving end of this conversation, the person's missed the most crucial part. Like whether that's you or the other person, we've missed the most crucial part in the conversation here. And that's what I want to talk about here. I wanted to give you an idea of this because this may well be a lot of people who are watching this live are having these types of conversations. And as I said, there's no shame. I'm not here to call anyone out or to bring anyone down. Just want to make people aware so that if this is you, we're missing a really crucial part in our conversation. And that's what I'm here for today, to help you guys, hopefully have a breakthrough, have a bit of a light bulb moment and be like, oh shit, I've been doing that. Or I've been missing the most important part. So let's jump into it. The most crucial part, right? Most crucial part of all of this. I'd love to know, guys, before I jump into it, what do you think is the most crucial part? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think the most important part of closing a high ticket sale is? Like, what's the most important thing in this whole process? I'll give it a second, guys. Let me know down below in the chat. What's the most crucial part to closing a high ticket sale? All right, let's jump into it. How many of you guys got it? Do they have a problem? Does the person have a problem? Incredibly important. I'm going to let that linger for a second. Does the person have a problem? This is the most important part of the process. Now, for anybody who's in the Secret Edge, or particularly in the Secret Edge Mastermind, you're going to be super clear on why this is. You're going to know exactly why this is. Why is it important, right? Because we solve problems. We're affiliate marketers. We connect people with solutions. That's what we do. We don't have our own product. If we're an affiliate, we don't have our own product. We're promoting somebody else's product. We're looking for people who have a problem and we're connecting them with a solution, right? And that's at its very core. Like that's, what we do. Now, if the person doesn't have a problem, how are we going to close a high ticket sale? Why are we spending our time? Now, there's a lot of good answers, like building rapport, finding common ground, finding a connection. That's very well, a valid answer. But it's not the most important thing because we can build rapport. But if the person doesn't have a problem, we're not going to be able to close a high ticket sale. Now, I didn't say like in organic marketing or anything like that. I said in closing a sale, the most important thing to ask is, does the person have a problem, right? Because if the person doesn't have a problem, we're not going to close a high ticket sale. You might get like 1 in 10,000 people who don't have a problem, who are just looking to better their education or looking for a new offer. Sure, you'll find those people, but they're few, they're far between, and it's not going to be worth the energy and the time investment in chatting to all of these people without a problem to figure out if they're one of the 10,000 that will make a purchase. Now, 99.99% of the sales that I've made, of the 6 figures that I've built over the last 6 months, 99.99% of those people have had a problem that they're looking for a solution for. Right? That's why I've purchased products in the past, and that's why I continue to purchase products. When I have a problem, I purchase a product that will solve that problem. That's what I do. So I hope that's super clear, guys, but this is huge. This is huge, huge, huge. If you're chatting to heaps of people who don't have a problem, you need to step back and look why. Why are you chatting to these people? I'm not saying be rude. It's great to build rapport. It's great to build connections. I made some awesome friends online through having conversations with people that didn't have problems. But how much of your time are you dedicating to this? Like, are we here to have fun? Are we here to chat to a bunch of people and offer value? Yes. But is this a business as well? Yes. So we need to find a balance, right? We're here to make money. We're here to help people and make money because it's a business, right? Like that's what we're doing. That's what a business is it makes money. Really crucial, guys. Now, there's a couple of layers to figuring out, does the person have a problem? Right? If you don't know the answer to this, then you're not asking the right questions. If you've been through a conversation with someone, for a decent length of time, and you don't know the answer to that first question, do they have a problem? You're not asking the right questions, right? You need to ask yourself, did you ask the right questions to find out if they're struggling or not? Be honest with yourself. There's no shame. Again, it's all about growth. It's all about, if you're doing this already, awesome. If you're not, that's okay as well. That's what the information's here for, right? So ask yourself, did you ask the right questions to find out if they're struggling or not? Because if they don't have a problem, you're wasting your time, right? And time's precious. We're all busy. A lot of us here are building an affiliate marketing business on the side of a full-time job, on the side of having a family quite often as well. Things get pretty crazy. I know how crazy it gets. I don't have children myself, and I still struggle to keep up sometimes, especially when I was starting out. So time is of the essence, is what I'm getting at here. It's incredibly important. It's a valuable resource, and we do not want to waste it. And if we're talking to people that don't have a problem, we are wasting it. As I said before, as affiliates, we offer solutions to people's problems, right? For those of us in the make money online niche, we offer solutions for people who want to make money online, who have a problem and they decided they want to make money online through affiliate marketing. That's what we do. Now, if there's no problem, why are we pitching somebody? Like in that flow of the conversation, the example I gave at the start, if there's no problem, why are we bothering pitching someone? It's a waste of our time. It's a waste of their time. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't do much for building a rapport with those people in the future if they do turn around and end up having a problem. It's just not good for anybody, right? So if there's no problem, why are we pitching something? You need to ask yourself this. Like, and again, as I said, no shame. Not here to put anyone down. You need, like, we all need to do a self audit, and I still do this from time to time. And sure, I slip over both sides. Sometimes I'll realize that I'm not digging deep enough, looking to see if somebody has a problem. It still happens. It's an ongoing growth process. I want to be clear that I'm not here to shoot anyone down or make anyone feel crap about themselves. I'm simply here to, if you're not doing this, to present the information in front of you so that you can make the changes. So if there's no problem, we shouldn't be pitching someone. And I want to talk about the old flooded basement concept. This is something we talk about again inside of the Secret Edge, but I thought it'd be really valuable for you guys to share a little bit of this information so that you can understand the analogy and really wrap your head around it. Now think about it like this. Somebody with a flooded basement has got a problem, right? They need a plumber. Someone with a flooded basement, their toilet is leaking, they're knee deep in toilet water, they got a big problem, right? They need a plumber. And this is going to be such an easy sale for a plumber to close because they've got an urgent problem. They're knee deep in toilet water. Pretty straightforward, right? Like, it's piece of cake to close this sale. They're going to go for any plumber. They just need a plumber. Like, they've got a big problem. They need it solved now. Right? Now, somebody who doesn't have a flooded basement, they don't have a problem, and they don't need a plumber. Right? They haven't got a flooded basement. Their toilet's not leaking. They're not walking around in toilet water. This is going to be almost impossible for a plumber to close a sale. Sure, he might be a killer salesman with a great offer. He might close some of these people, a very small percentage of these people. But it's going to be almost impossible to close most people on this sale because there's no problem. There's no urgent problem that needs solving, and they don't need a plumber. So think about this in terms of your affiliate marketing business. A business partner, Nishant, when he first sort of explained this analogy to me, it was something I was aware of, but it just became so clear. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe because I'm from a construction background, I understood the plumber analogy. My brother's a plumber, so maybe that's what it is. But it just made things so clear for me. It really did. So I hope that's really, really clear for you guys. Like, if they don't have a leaky toilet, if they don't have a big problem, it's going to be almost impossible to close the sale. Why are we chatting to them? Why are we investing time and energy into this? Why are we bother pitching them, putting a solution in front of them to a problem they don't have, right? Makes sense. Whereas if they've got a leaky toilet and they're walking around in toilet water, they got a big problem. Someone's got an urgent problem. They're not happy. They're looking for a solution now and they want to solve it, right? And that's the number one thing that you can do in closing a high ticket sale is figuring out if that person has a problem. Ask yourself or ask them, is there a problem? And don't be as direct as that, obviously, but we need to get to the bottom of that. So I hope that's super clear, guys. I really, really want to reinforce this point because there's so many people right now I know are investing a bunch of time every day and feeling exhausted, starting to feel burnt out. I've been there before, putting in tons of effort, chatting to so many people, building relationships, putting content out there, adding targeted friends, doing everything right, feeling like you're doing everything right, putting your offer out there in front of people and just getting donuts, like just getting ghosted consistently. And it's frustrating. I know exactly how it feels. I spent months in this cycle, feeling frustrated and generally burnt out, like because I was putting in so much effort and just seeing nothing. Like I was just getting nothing back. It ain't easy. It's tough. Trust me, I've been there. I know exactly how it feels. And that's why I wanted to put this out there today. That if the person doesn't have a problem, stop talking to them. End the conversation. Don't be rude. Wish them well. Tell them to stay in contact in the future or something like that. But end the conversation. This isn't our focus. Right? Our focus is people with a problem. It's as simple as that. Guys, I hope that is super clear to everybody. Let me know down below in the chat. What's your biggest takeaway? What your biggest takeaway is from today? Again, is this something new? Is this a new concept to you? Is this something you haven't heard before? Or is this something you've heard before? That maybe it's just a reminder for you. Love to know, let me know down below in the chat. Always welcome more comments and engagement. It helps by you guys commenting as well. It helps more people see this. It'll increase the post reach and it'll help even more people. So it's a win-win for all of us. But I'd love to know that, guys. If you are checking this out live and you haven't already, throw me a hashtag live. Let me know where you're checking in from. And if you're checking out on replay, throw me a hashtag replay. Let me know the same thing. Love to know where in the world everyone's connecting from. It always fascinates me. It's just a personal thing. Being an Aussie, it's always cool to see where everyone else is from in the world. But guys, if you are interested in more information like this, if it sounds like you, the person I've just described, who is just putting in a ton of work, where I was a few months ago, or let's say 8 months ago, putting in a ton of work, ton of effort, feeling like you're doing everything right, but just starting to get frustrated. You're not seeing the results. You're not seeing the momentum that you'd hope for, and you're not really sure what you're doing wrong. Like you're kind of ticking off all the boxes. It's just your effort is just not turning into results. Then we've just put together a special offer for the Secret Edge Mastermind. Some of you guys may have seen it. Some of you may not have. The Secret Edge Mastermind is basically my secret vault of everything that I used to hit 6 figures in the last 6 months, in my first 12 months online, from starting as a complete beginner. This is just like a secret vault, I guess, of just everything I've learned, in depth on this type of things, closing messenger conversations, how to position your offer, right? Little things like that can make multiple sales. Like I know when I adjusted these little tweaks, it turned into my first $20,000 a month. And it could well the same for you. So we cover a bunch of this stuff in detail, but the whole goal of the Secret Edge Mastermind is to get you to your first or your next 2 to 3 high ticket sales as quickly as possible. We want to supercharge your results. We want to condense timelines. And that's why I've put together this training to really offer you the most in-depth, comprehensive look at the whole process, so that you can consistently do this, so that you can close these 2 to 3 high ticket sales as quickly as possible, and then replicate exactly what you did, what you were taught inside the mastermind, to continue doing this consistently every month, right? We don't need to feel burnt out. There's no need to feel frustrated and burnt out. Your strategy likely, if you're following everything that you've been taught, it's very close. You're very close to your breakthrough. And a lot of the time, all it takes is a few of these minor tweaks that we make, and people blow up, high ticket sale like that. So guys, if you are interested in checking out more information, all you got to do is send me a message now. Give me a hashtag TSE Mastermind. Doesn't matter if you misspell it, I'll know what it is, but TSE Mastermind. Send that into my inbox if you want to find out a little bit more information. As I said, the whole goal is to get you to your first or your next 2 to 3 high ticket sales as quickly as we possibly can. We want to set your business on fire. Hope everyone who tuned in got a ton of value today. I'm going to be back shortly. As I said, I'm going to make these pretty regular. So can't wait to be sharing all this information with you guys. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I'm going to check all of them out. I can see everybody in the chat, but I'm going to be checking them out a little bit later. I don't have time today. I don't have time right now. I have time a little bit later today. So I'm going to check them all out, guys. Thanks everybody who tuned in live and everybody who checked out on a replay. As I said, drop me a comment so more people, this post gets out, more people see it. It helps more people. That's the whole goal. Have a great weekend, and I will see you early next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.